Hello, my name is Rhys Edward Parry Badkin. I am from the Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which means I am, of course, Welsh, but actually, moreover, I am British. What does being British mean? Tea with scones, an empire that we're equally excited about and potentially a little bit embarrassed about, depending on where you live. Sorry. Continually sorry. We have a lovely language, a lovely queen, fantastic television, not so great weather. And we have a habit of engaging in what we call the tall poppy syndrome. Now, they have that in Australia too. But what is it? It's when you like to tear people down, or actually if someone's done particularly well, we like to just take them down a peg or two so they know that, they're not all that special. Banter attached to that is something that we're meant to be particularly well known for in the UK. Now, I'm gay and I'm British, so therefore I should have all the sarcastic and pithy aplomb of Oscar Wilde. I do. But how we deploy that is entirely up to us. Now, whether or not I'm British or Australian or Uzbekistani, we all have the ability to get engaged in chat or banter, and I flipping love it, especially having been involved in teaching. It's all about the talk and the performance, and teachers in the staff room would be like, mama, about this people, and mama, about each other, and it's kind of a release. It's how you get it out your system. Sometimes the chat and the banter is exactly that. Sometimes it's to bring up your mood, sometimes it's just because you need to get it out. But what's dangerous, I think, is when it's attached to sarcasm all the time. Have you ever found yourself in those situations where you like chat, banter, jibe, and you're this and I'm that, and ha ha ha, and it's great up until a point where you're like, you know what, actually, this is just sucking the life out of me. It starts to feel a little bit bitter, or someone says something that goes a little bit too far, TMI, they cross the line, and it's difficult. Well, I think our culture, and I say our culture as Australian, British, Anglo-Saxon to a degree, seems to be far more comfortable in taking a jab at someone than it is to building them up. Building them up tends to be a little bit too cheesy. Maybe the Americans are a little bit better than that than we are. But as much as I love Disney, and as much as I do love musicals, both true facts, I do still have the predisposition to turn towards sarcasm because it's so intelligent and so pithy and witty. But what about when it really cuts someone? What about when it really tears into them, which sarcasm has the power to do? What is it that Winston Churchill said, that the English language is such that you can send someone to hell or tell them to go to hell, and actually they're quite looking forward to the journey. A well-constructed insult, Shakespearean or otherwise, is linguistically very impressive, but relationally, not always. I read an article today about shine theory. The premise of it is that if your friends are shining, then you're shining too, kind of like you reflect off their glory. And it talks about how within the gay community, it's something that we're tarred quite heavily for being quite catty. But it's not just the gay community. It's in any clique network community where it's us and them other people over there. Sometimes that jargon and the sort of social linguistic element is to define who we are and who they're not. Nonetheless, in the gay community is what this article was talking about. We can pull people down instead of building them up, like, oh my gosh, what is he wearing? What is she doing? Like, I can't believe he's with him, and apparently that relationship is blah, 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 blah. And lots of us in humanity can tend towards that level of gossip, sarcasm, and derision. But how about if we engaged in trying to chase after the people that we most admire and building them up? Or even someone that we're working with that does something particularly good, why don't you tell them? It's not about cheesy and being overly fromage about the whole thing. Thinking, oh crap, I'm going to have to tell them that their eyebrows look good when they're not even on fleek. It's not really about that. It's about actually just watching the things that you're saying and thinking, well, today actually I'm going to choose to build people up and encourage them more than I am going to engage in pulling them down. Does that mean that we don't get involved in banter? No, because banter is fun. But I think it's always useful to do a check and balance about what the words are doing that are coming out of your mouth, because ultimately, words have the power to tear people and ideas down or to build them up. And we have all that power in there. So my challenge is to you, what are your words doing today? Who are you speaking your words to, and what effect is that having on those people? Is it building them up? Is it creating a laugh? Or actually, is it potentially changing the atmosphere in a way that's not helpful to relationships, to work, or even just having a good day? Just a thought. Shine theory, absolutely love it, and love you. Hope you're having a good day.